I don't know how to start this. I don't know how to start this video. I don't know how to start this video. I don't know how to start this video. Maybe that's how I'll start it. Hi. This video probably won't get 1 million views. I had so much to say, and then I turned the camera on, and it's as if like everything I wanted to say just doesn't sound right if I say it in front of a camera. Because I feel like this video, I feel like if I say anything on this video, I've struggled with depression in the past. I still struggle with depression. Depression's not something that I think you ever get rid of once you've had it. Maybe you do. I don't know. I don't know enough about that stuff to be an expert on it, but I know what experience I have with it, and I wanted to talk about that a little bit because today is also Mental Health Awareness Day, and I didn't know that until today, but I think it's an important thing to talk about. Again, I can only talk about how depression affects me and what I do when it does, because I don't know enough about it to give you advice. But I can tell you what helps me. And so first of all, I think my earliest memory with like a full-fledged depression was probably over 10 years ago. I had a breakup. It was due to a breakup, and I had moved to be with this girl, and left everything behind, and it didn't work out, and I was sort of stuck there without my friends and family to support me, without anything. This is before all this stuff, and I called my mom. And I was very, very upset, and you know, thoughts of suicide and, you know, that type of thing. And, you know, looking back on it, I don't really know if, you know, because I was vocal about the suicidal thoughts, but I don't know if that was really me. I think it might have been more cry for help than anything else. I can't say that I would have actually went through with it because I don't think I had the guts to. But I think I was in a dark enough place where it was in my mind, and it was scary. That's a scary thing. Looking back on it, it's very scary. So that's like the first time that I sort of dealt with it, and I think because I knew what it was after a certain amount of time, I kind of like, I did my research on it for personal reasons. I looked into it and I thought, maybe if I can explain this, maybe if I can bring this down to a science somehow, then I can help defeat it sort of logically. And that's what I did. I sort of I looked up, you know, symptoms and all this stuff, and what I would be going through, and that type of thing. And it actually helped me sort of understand what it was, and understand that it wasn't just me, and that this was something wrong with my brain, basically, at this point. And then once I was made aware of that, it was easier for me to sort of deal with it, right? You know. And there's another reason I want to make this video is because recently I've been feeling a little bit depressed, because it looms, it creeps into your life when you least expect it, even when things are going great. I think sometimes, especially when things are going great, there's this little voice, there's this little aura, or whatever you want to call it. There's this looming feeling that it's sort of creeping on you, and you can feel it. I can feel it. That, you know, some days I just don't want to get out of bed. I'm hard on myself for not being productive enough. I criticize myself too much. I play out scenarios in my mind to the point where, I mean, to the point where it makes no sense why I would be doing that, but it just sort of consumes you gradually, and then before you know it, you're dealing with it all day, and sometimes weeks on end, sometimes months, you know. But I know that it's going to pass, and I know that these things come and go in sort of waves, for me anyways. One thing that always helped me, and this is probably really random, but one thing that really helps is I like to stare at treetops. So hear me out. There's something about looking at the very tips of like the trees that, I don't know what it is, but it's something about this tree having one purpose, and its only purpose is to expand and grow its branches as far outwards and as far upwards as it can, amidst all the turmoil happening around this tree, the obstructions, like power lines or deforestation or all these things. Like, the tree doesn't care. The tree doesn't care about all that. It just wants to grow. Its one sole purpose is to just expand and keep growing no matter what. And there's something about looking at the very, very tips of the trees that inspires me and reminds me that sometimes life doesn't have to be complicated. Life can be as simple as just keep growing. Just keep growing. Focus on the growth. And I think, you know, I get stuck in my head a lot. Probably, you know, a lot of people do. We play out these crazy scenarios, or we're hard on ourselves, or we have, you know, doubt, or we're self-conscious, or we're anxious, or, you know, all these things that play in your mind. Looking out at a treetop for me is in a way therapeutic, because everything else just, it's kind of meditative. Everything else just goes away, and all I see is the treetop, and how simple and alive that tree is. That tree right now that I'm staring at, in fact, outside of my office, has no idea that I'm vlogging, has no idea that I'm talking about this, and doesn't care in the least. And I'm just looking at it, and it's just growing. It has homes within it, birds and chipmunks and squirrels and all that. It doesn't care. It's just growing. And I don't know what it is about that. And maybe this makes absolutely no sense to any of you, but for me, that's one thing that I've always found sort of therapeutic in a way. It kind of reminds me to just tone it down, and to think simple, and don't sweat the small stuff type thing. I try to remind myself when these things happen, when depression lingers, or anxiety and this type of thing, when this happens, I try to remind myself of two things. One, that this is an actual disorder, It's an illness. Whether it's serious or not, it's always a reality, right? Whether it's like, it's never, in my case, it's never been sort of life-threatening. Okay, I can say that. And that doesn't mean it's easy to live with. That doesn't mean it's easy to deal with. Sometimes it's very, very hard to deal with, and it's sort of like, it grows on you like this growth this weight that you have to carry. But I like to remind myself of kind of like fake it till you make it. And that's one thing that, and I know it's probably even a bad thing to tell people, but fake it till you make it. You know, smile even when you don't feel like smiling. There's science in that, you know, smiling actually helps you. But sometimes just pushing through when you feel it coming in, for me, has always helped me. I'm not saying that's a cure to mental illness. I'm not saying it's but everybody gets sad, everybody gets mad and anxious and all these things. Sometimes, you know, being positive doesn't mean always being happy. Being positive means, all right, look, this thing's coming up. I feel it. I feel this, you know, depression, this feeling lingering. But today, it's not going to get the best of me because I'm gonna put everything aside and I'm gonna focus on looking at things positively and smiling more, getting out of the house, calling a friend, staring at the trees. And that sort of helps me. And then before you know it, it's gone and I'm good. All right. And then I think it's gone forever and then it comes back. And that's sort of like what, you know, it is for me. I'm super thankful that I have this community and this YouTube channel that I run that actually inspires people and helps them with their depression. I get a lot of emails. I'm sure a lot of other YouTubers, if you're watching this, you probably get a lot of those fan letters and emails of people, you know, with a variety of mental illness and telling you how much, you know, the channel has helped them through tough times and that type of thing, much like music does or reading. And it provides an inspiration to a lot of people. I'm really grateful for that. And I think that's why sometimes, you know, I'll put on a happy face. I'm not always depressed, mind you, but sometimes I'll put on a happy face when I am, because I feel like, okay, well, I need to knock this video out. This is my job. I need to push through it. And the comments that I get and everything else, you know, sometimes I sit there and I read them and I'm like, wow, this is incredible. Like, I genuinely didn't feel like making that video, or I genuinely didn't feel that happy that day. But I forced myself to just you know, some people might be like, oh, well, that's fake. And I don't think it's fake all the time. I think to a certain extent, it helps me to force a smile and to try and make other people happy and laugh, because seeing their reactions and seeing even myself on camera be happy, it inspires me to keep at it. All right. I don't know. I just want to kind of voice my opinion, voice my thoughts about some things that I've dealt with and I'm currently dealing with. And I wanted to let you guys know that even someone in the realm of YouTube who, you know, who has, you know, who's found success, you know, financially, all sorts of great success. I just want to let you know that everybody's sort of normal and everybody deals with these things. A lot of people deal with these things, and then sometimes it's from the people you least expect. So don't count yourself out and don't think that you are alone, because you're not alone. And there are a lot of people going through things of that nature. That's it. I don't know what, I don't know. I just hope this video helps in some way, and I think this video actually helps me in some way, because it feels good to talk about it and it feels good to share it with you guys. So that's all I have. Thanks for watching. I will be putting up more videos this week, which are probably not so, for lack of a better word, depressive. but I feel like this was a really important thing to talk about, especially today. So thank you for watching, and have a great day. Peace.